Homer pulled a steel straw out of his pocket. Once he was ready, he plunged the straw deep into the cake. After sucking on it for a while, the entire cake collapsed and shriveled up, but Homer still wasn't satisfied. He moved on to devouring the ice cubes meant for the wedding. Homer's behavior was just as absurd as the wedding itself. Because the groom was so obsessed with music, the ceremony couldn't even proceed. The groom ended up ditching the wedding and running away. The bride, Becky, was left abandoned. The kind-hearted Simpsons decided to take Becky in. However, Becky's presence made Marge feel incredibly insecure. Becky was a fantastic cook, and her culinary skills were a massive hit with The Simpsons. Homer was especially impressed. Even though the potatoes weren't peeled, Homer still thought Becky's mashed potatoes were delicious. When Becky was playfully kicking Bart, Marge immediately rushed into the room to protect him.
Oh, it's cool. We're just putting some Jackie Chan moves into Bart's video project.
Marge still felt that such behavior was dangerous. Likewise, Lisa was also completely won over by Becky.
Playing to her painting. Isn't it wonderful to have a hip female influence in the house?
Marge began to resent Becky and dropped hints that she should leave soon. But Becky was so popular that there was no way she was leaving. Marge had no choice but to seek comfort from her two twin sisters. After some persuasion from them, Marge became convinced that Becky was trying to seduce Homer. That night, Marge was in a state of constant panic. Suddenly, the door swung open, giving Marge a real fright. She saw the shadow of a woman holding a gun barging in. It turned out it was just Becky returning a hairdryer, but in Marge's eyes it looked completely different. A moment later, Marge saw what looked like a knife in the shadows. The next day, Marge drove off alone to go shopping. Before she left, Becky showed extreme care and concern for the family. This made Marge feel like they were already acting like a complete family without her. As Marge was driving, she kept replaying the recent events in her head. This made her extremely upset. Just as Marge went to hit the brakes, they failed completely. This caused Marge to crash through a speed bump. Marge went straight to the police to report the incident. She believed Becky was trying to murder her, but she had no evidence. Fuming with rage, she went looking for Homer. At that moment, Homer was eating a massive tub of ice cream. He had fallen headfirst into the ice cream tub. Out of concern, Becky immediately pulled Homer's head out and started giving him CPR. And this was the exact scene Marge walked in on.
You summer! Don't mess with me! I've got Jimmy's!
I can only see a horrible rainbow!
An enraged Marge grabbed an ice cream cone as a weapon. She wanted to attack Becky, but she was stopped by a warning shot from the police. Just like that, Marge was taken away. Marge's outburst led her to be declared mentally unstable. She completely denied the charges and managed to escape.
I'm not insane.
Run, Marge! Run!
People were trying to arrest Marge all along the way. Just then, a band came marching down the street, and Marge disguised herself as a member to blend in. What she didn't know was that this was a mental asylum marching band. Marge escaped yet again. Everyone thought Marge was a lunatic and mocked her. But for Marge, more than anything else, she just wanted to go home. When Marge finally made it home, she saw Becky seemingly killing Homer. Marge immediately lunged forward to the rescue. Suddenly, someone yelled, "Cut!" It turned out they were just filming a scene, and the entire misunderstanding was finally cleared up.
I even thought of a good place to bury you. But then I didn't have a shovel, so I went to the hardware store and they have 6 different kinds, and I was like, later.
Well, that's a relief too, knowing I'm not crazy.